Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, thank you for being here. I hope that you will subscribe and continue coming. Okay, so this is going to be as promised. This is one of the most demands on my other channel. Who is your soulmate? Okay, so guys, please be open for whatever this message is. All right. If you cannot handle the truth, you don't want to hear it, you want to hear sunshine and rainbow type of storylines, this is not that. Okay, so we have 4 pals here for 4 collective groups. Please go ahead and observe the stones, whichever one you're attracted to right off the bat. Please listen to your intuition. I know some people like to use a pendulum or whatever the case may be. That is completely up to you. Okay. But we will be pulling some detailed information. I'm going to be pulling the cards on during the reading, guys. Okay. And I will also be pulling some charms for further clarification on who your soulmate is. All right. So if you need some more time, go ahead and pause this video. Take as much time as you need. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started. Please like this video to show your love and your support. Thank you very, very much. All right. Hey, everyone. You chose this pile here. Let's see who is your soulmate. All right. First, you have Samaritan. Okay. Light attribute. Refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. Shadow attribute. Exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. All right. So we know this person has like a Samaritan kind of personality. Okay. Let's see. Pile number 1. Who is pile number 1 soulmate? Pile number 1 soulmate, please. Who are they? Pile number 1 soulmate. Who is pile number 1 soulmate? Can you tell me about pile number 1 soulmate, please? Pile number 1 soulmate. Pile number 1. All right, pile number 1, you have the world here. Okay, so this is someone who could be a fixed sign. We do have Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius energy here. You could be any of these signs. That is confirmation for you. But as a person, I feel like for some of you, this person could be of a different, like, obviously like race, culture, background. They could be from like a completely different country. Okay, it feels like this person is well versed and well experienced. This person, they have a lot of knowledge, worldly knowledge. So it's I'm kind of hearing been there, done that. So this person is like, they're very wise. They could teach you different things. You will learn a lot being with this person. Okay, even if they're young, I feel like this person has been here many lifetimes. Like this person has a lot of experience, and they have an old soul is what I'm hearing. Okay, with the world card. Now this may be someone that you meet at a distance. This could be a long distance person. Okay, but the world also speaks of perhaps someone who likes to travel, someone who's into, you know, just like exploring, traveling, that type of person. Okay, their work could involve that. Who is pile number 1 soulmate, please? It feels like this person is extremely adaptable. You know, they go with the ups and downs of life. They fully understand that life is going to come with ups and downs. It's not always going to be great, right? This person's adaptable. It feels like this person just, you know, they know how to find solutions to their situation. Again, it just goes hand in hand with them having that knowledge. So because they have this, especially like a spiritual knowledge, it's like they never get depressed or down or anything like that because they're able to handle whatever life throws at them. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Is that what they say? Okay, that's what I just heard for this person. This person could juggle many things at once and do it simultaneously with no problem. Pile number 1 soulmate, please. What can you tell me about pile number 1 soulmate? Pile number 1 soulmate. We have judgment. Okay, so again, it feels like this person has been here before, you know, It feels like this person has a lot of knowledge, okay, with this Judgment card here. I am getting Scorpio or maybe even Capricorn energy I'm picking up, okay, but I wouldn't necessarily say this person is judgmental. I feel like they have good judgment. That's what it's saying. This person has good judgment. They know right from wrong. You know, they've been there, they've done that. And I am getting something about this person like wanting to be charitable or something like that. So that's why Samaritan came out. Okay, and I also feel like this person helps people with like their advice. They could be some kind of mentor figure or something like that. Okay. Pile number 1, soulmate, what are they like, please? We have the King of Swords, Aquarius energy. This person is extremely like, it's like this person could really be a mentor. Okay, like they can really guide you or be a guidance type of person. They could be a teacher. They could be, you know, some type of motivational speaker, public speaker, or this could be things that they're interested in. I feel like this person is definitely a talker. They definitely like to express themselves. They're very opinionated. This person is very like, again, you know, intelligent. This person is not too emotional. Okay, they're much more logical and rational by how they approach their day-to-day life and situations. They like to keep things in perspective. Okay, the King of Swords is someone who will give you like that guidance, that tough love whenever you need it. Okay. He's the type that you will go to if you want to know about like starting up a business or that's just an example. I am getting this person could be a freelancer, an entrepreneur, or they kind of have that energy to them. Okay. This person's work could have to do with, like I said, public speaking, the public. This person could be a teacher. I'm also getting this person could be like a doctor or like a psychiatrist, someone who's interested in like helping people, especially like mentally or even physically. Pile number 1's soulmate. What else can you tell me about pile number 1's soulmate? You have the Knight of Wands. Yep, I do get this person likes to travel. This person is an active type of individual. You know, they're not the type to like to sit around, and they're not lazy whatsoever. It seems like this person's always on the go. You know, this person likes to explore new countries, like new cities and things like that. They do come with like an adventurous personality, I'm getting. Okay. Pile number 1, soulmate. What can you tell me? And it does feel like this person's like a rescue type of personality. Like they would come to someone's aid, you know, come to someone's rescue. Like if they see someone who's like on the side of the road, they need help or something, I feel like this is someone who would stop and help that person. Okay. So what they want you to know about this person is travel, distance, boundaries, far apart, getaway. They could be from a far, far place, or when you meet them, they could be abroad, or again, different country, different background, or something of that nature. Okay. Pile number 1, soulmate. What can you tell me? Pile number 1, soulmate. All right, so you have romance. So this is more confirmation that this is your soulmate. Okay, I do feel like for a good amount of you, like I feel like you've already connected with this person, or you're currently in connection with this person. So this is definitely a soulmate. We have many soulmates, guys. Okay, just wanted to make sure some of you know that. So pile number 1, soulmate, what can you tell me? And I'm getting something about this person having like some kind of expertise. They're very knowledgeable. And I feel like this person's well-spoken. Pile number 1, soulmate, what can you tell me? You know, they make good decisions. You know, they have good judgment. They understand the way life works, the way the universe works. Okay, they make the universe work for them. They're never a slave to like any kind of like depression or trauma. They like, this person's very optimistic. Okay, they're an optimist. So we have Sagittarius, the letter B, H, K, B as in boy, R, K again, Q, M, C, X, S. Okay, and then we have this Hamza here. I do feel like this is a pretty spiritual person. Okay, All right, pile number 1, that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Moving on to the next pile. Number 2, let's see who is your soulmate. All right, so your soulmate, it says victim. Light attribute is prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. But the shadow attribute is playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity and ability to maintain personal boundaries. All right, pile number 2, soulmate. Give me some information about pile number 2, soulmate, pile 2. Pile 2, soulmate. I am getting Piscean energy, and as soon as I say that, I have the High Priestess here. All right, so pile number 2, soulmate. Pile number 2, soulmate. What can you tell me about them? That's not it. 5 of Swords, Page of Cups, pile number 2, soulmate. I feel like so far this person could definitely be a water sign. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy here for sure. Pile number 2, soulmates as a person. Who are they? Pile 2, soulmates, please. So what I'm getting, pile number 2, is that this person, they do have the tendency to like sabotage, you know, their personal relationships from time to time. It feels like this person's not completely like emotionally mature when you meet them, okay? Or if you feel like you're already connected to them, they definitely have their moments to where they're very immature, okay? And the 5 of Swords is obviously a negative energy next to the Page of Cups. You know, this person can definitely sabotage their relationships. I feel like this is someone who's overall friendly. They're kind. They're very loving. I also get that they're sensitive, so they do take things to heart. You know, at times it could feel like you're walking on eggshells with this kind of person. They're extremely sensitive. But the good thing about them, again, you know, this is a kind person. This is a really friendly person. They're a loving person, and they are caring. You do have Ace of Wands, which would indicate, especially with the Page of Cups, I feel like this is a really creative person, an artistic type of person. So this person could be like musically inclined, or they know how to draw. They know how to, like, there's something creative about this person that they're really, really good at. I don't know, sewing or something, okay? That's just an example. But it does feel like this person comes up with some really nice ideas. They're very creative. You know, this is somebody who, they do think outside the box. Okay, I feel like this is someone who's like really, like they're a romantic at heart. It was what I'm hearing. So they're very romantic, I feel. Okay. But again, it doesn't feel like this person's fully like mature when you meet them, because they're showing up as a Page of Cups. So they do have more of developing to do on the emotional front. Okay, this person could even be younger and less experienced. Pile number 2, soulmate. It does feel like this is someone who's kind of like, okay, so we have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Does feel like this person tends to like duck and dodge at times. Like they kind of have this passive aggressive energy from time to time, which could be very annoying to deal with. It seems like this is someone always holding back, you know. I feel like deep down they do have like a fear of rejection or not being good enough and things like that. So they tend to kind of like sabotage things before they even damn start. Okay. I feel like this person's really like sensitive to criticism and things like that. So this is not someone that you can be like blunt with. You have to kind of word things, you know, in a certain way for them not to take offense. Like, whew. Okay, so you and this person probably had it out a few times. But with the 7 of Swords energy, this is someone who's tends to kind of like avoid situations. You know, they do have a passive aggressive avoidant type of style. They could have like an avoidant attachment style, I'm hearing, where they tend to run away. They don't face problems head on, you know. It feels like this person at times expects someone to read their mind and stuff like that. And it all goes back to them still needing to kind of mature on the emotional front. Okay. So let me get another card, pile number 2, soulmates. Page, Ace of Cups, sorry. Yeah, this person's full of like love to offer and to give. But the Ace of Cups as a person and personality is extremely sensitive, for sure. I don't know, maybe this person cries a lot, or they just get emotional more often than not. Okay, definitely a water sign, or like even an air sign with some water placements. Okay. Pile number 2, soulmate, what can you tell me? Pile number 2, soulmate, you have romantic feelings. So there are definitely romantic feelings here. Falling in love, affection, happiness, and emotions. This person definitely returns your feelings. And I feel like you will feel their love. You will feel how much they like you and things like that. But again, not someone who's, even though they're romantic and stuff and they're emotional, but they always hold a little bit back. So they kind of come off with this shy energy. Because deep down, they don't want to be rejected. Okay, that's what I'm getting from this person. I'm also getting this is someone who could even have like a Pisces moon, a water moon. Pile number 2, soulmate, what can you tell me about them? You have compromise. So it's going to take a lot of patience and compromise with this particular person until they level up to the King of Cups. Okay, I do feel like sometimes they may have trouble regulating their emotions. So they may act a little petty or passive aggressive or something. Okay, I'm also getting this is someone who could be pretty moody, just a little bit. Pile number 2, soulmate. So we have Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Gemini, HB as in boy, O, Q, M, J, T, Z, G. We do have a music symbol here, so music is very significant to this person. The letter D, we have Gemini again, T, Y, P, M, O, E. There's a cat here. They could like a cat, but you know, cats could be pretty feisty and they're very intuitive. This is someone incredibly intuitive. They are very spiritual. It's like this person, you can't lie to them about how you're feeling. You know, they could read people like that. I mean, you might as well just call them psychic, okay? So that's what I have for you, pile number 2. This is your soulmate. I hope this helped you in identifying them. We will be moving on to the next pile number 3. Let's see who is your soulmate. Okay, so your soulmate. It says gambler, light attribute, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Shadow attribute, relying on luck rather than hard work. Okay. This is for pile number 3, Spirit Collective. Tell me about pile number 3, soulmate, please. Who is pile number 3, soulmate? Who is pile number 3, soulmate? Who is pile number 3, soulmate? Pile number 3, soulmate, please. Pile number 3, soulmates. Okay, guys. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Pile number 3, soulmate. This could surely be a Taurus, and it's making sense as to why that came out. Gambler. I feel like this is someone who definitely they take a lot of chances when it comes to their money. Okay, so this person definitely probably likes to gamble. You know, the King of Pentacles reverse is someone who has like an extreme obsession with materialism, money. Okay, so this is someone who's like extremely materialistic. They probably place value, high value on materialism. I'm getting this could be someone with like a Scorpio North Node or something like that. So their lesson in this lifetime is to learn how to not be so damn materialistic, okay, and develop themselves spiritually. Okay, you could be that person to help this person to not be so damn materialistic all the time. But it does feel like this is someone who experiences ups and downs in like their finances or something, because they like to gamble. They probably like to spend a lot of money. Okay, we do have Scorpio, Aries, Taurus. Yeah, I get it as someone who comes off like greedy and selfish at times, and they have a hard time of letting go of like grudges and things like that. They're very stubborn, I feel. This person has quite the ego. Their image means a lot to them. This person could definitely be older. And I'm getting some of this person probably may have even been married before. Yeah, this person probably just hopes for like, they base, you know, they count on luck, just like it says, and things like that. So they like to gamble. I'm getting they do like to go to casinos or whatever the case may be. Shoot dice. I'm getting this could be a gangster for some of you. And it does feel like this is someone who like, they seem to always either be like near the end of like being broke, or they seem to always just, doesn't mean that they're broke, guys, but they probably spend a lot of their money on trying to impress other people, trying to look good and stuff like that. Okay. Again, this person's image means a lot to them. But they have to learn that happiness is from within, and that, you know, they got to develop themselves spiritually. So I feel like this is not necessarily someone who's spiritual, but you may be the one to help this person shift their mindset. Because, you know, money is not absolutely everything. And I feel like this person feels like money is everything. Okay. So they have like some kind of habits that they definitely need to transform out of. And I do feel like this person's very like stingy or selfish with their money and things like that, and their resources, you know, which is not good. This person needs to change that for sure. I get this person carries like masculine energy, very masculine person. Even if this is a, you know, woman, this person's very assertive. I'm getting this person could like have a business, or they probably want to start a business. They could be business minded. Okay. Pile number 3, soulmate. What else can you tell me? Pile 3, soulmate. Yeah, I just feel like this person needs to kind of like go on their spiritual journey already, because they try time and time again to find happiness and fulfillment in the materialistic things. But deep down, I feel like this person knows that this is not all that life is about, you know. And I'm also getting that this person is not the most emotional, okay? They do harden themselves. They do come off very like egotistical, very head over heart. Pile number 3, soulmates. I feel like this person, you know, they're constantly doing what makes them happy. They're constantly worried about themselves. You know, I feel like this person loves good food, good drink, good sex, you know, good, nice clothes, luxury items, that type of thing. Designer. They want the best of everything. But when you place too much of a high value on materialistic things, you know, you don't tend to like value your relationships, you know, and people tend to get push themselves away from you because you come off just very self-centered. They do come off as very self-centered, and they could be very egotistical from what it's looking like. They come off very smug. Pile number 3, soulmate. You have anxiety. So this person, you know, they become very, I'm getting this person, you know, they probably have unresolved issues like abandonment issues or traumas that causes them to feel like all they need is money. Money will solve all their problems. I'm hearing this person, you know, buys a lot of things and could even be like a hoarder. I hate to say that, not for all of you, but I do get this hoarding energy where they like to surround themselves with like expensive things to make them feel better. And they probably do need therapy, guys. Okay. Yeah. And you also have healing, wounds improving, mending, and progress. Pile number 3, soulmate. Pile 3, soulmate, please. Pile 3, soulmate. So it does say perfect timing and forgiveness. So I feel like in divine timing, this person will come around. They will be much more spiritually enlightened. They will tap into their spiritual side. And, you know, you and this person could have a much better connection down the road. Okay. Pile number 3. Who's this person for pile 3? All right, we have GOMKC, who is pile number 3, soulmate. We do have Leo, Cancer, J, P as in Paul, N, T, M, Y, S, okay. And then we do have this little skull here again, you know. I feel like this is a, you know, the way they think is pretty toxic. You know, all they need is money. All they need is, you know, if they feel like they have money, then they're powerful, and it does go to their head and things like that, okay? This person's a tough cookie. They're a tough nut to crack. They've built this ego and this, you know, and it does feel like at times they could be a bit grandiose, okay? All right, so pile number 3, that's what I have for you. Thank you for tuning in. And we are going to move to the next pile. Pile number 4. So let's see, who is your soulmate? All right, starting off, we have Saboteur. Light attribute highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it will bring to your life. Shadow attribute includes self-destructive behavior or desire to undermine others. Well, that's not good. Let's see what's going on with your soulmate here. Pile number 4, okay? Pile 4. Pile 4, soulmate. Pile 4, soulmate. Pile 4, soulmate, angels. What can you tell me about pile number 4, soulmate? You have the 6 of Swords in the reverse, pile 4, soulmates. Okay. So it feels like so far this person, pile number 4, is either trying to, I feel like there's something that this person needs to work through. Okay. When you meet this person could come with some baggage, some mental baggage, okay, that kind of keeps them from moving forward in their life in a positive way. It feels like this person definitely has some kind of transformation to undergo. You do have Scorpio energy. Pile number 4, soulmate. What can you tell me about them? So this person's like really, really guarded, really, really, really stingy. You see how this guy's holding with their life with these pentacles? I feel like this is someone who's like so caught up in the past. They're caught up. They literally live in the past, pile number 4, okay? I feel like their mindset is really, really kind of like screwed up. Let's keep it real. Pisces energy, Cancer, Scorpio. I'm getting Taurus. The way this person's perception of the past is what's stopping them from living a better life or having better results in their life. This person doesn't let go easily of the past. They don't. They hold on to it for dear life. even grudges and stuff like that they could hold on to forever. There's a problem with this person's mindset, okay? They probably see their past as something that, you know, really it's what kind of made them. But at the same time, you shouldn't see the past like that. You should see it as a learning experience. But they don't see it that way, pile number 1. Sorry, pile number 4. They just kind of really get down on themselves with maybe certain things they didn't get to achieve or whatever. So they kind of play woe is me or a bit of a victim. It does feel like this person can struggle with like depression from time to time. And this person probably wonders why their life is the way it is, why they feel empty inside. It's because, you know, their mindset is screwed up. That's what I feel. Okay, 5 of Cups for pile number 4, soulmates. And it feels like this person doesn't really address these things. They kind of run away from the truth of everything. They run away from the truth. Okay, they're in denial, I feel, about their behavior. Okay, they don't want to face the music that, look, you just don't want to let go of the past. Okay, yeah. So they do tend to sabotage their relationships and their connections for sure. The Hangman reverse for pile number 4, soulmate. I feel like this person's convinced that, you know, if they failed before, why would they be able to do anything now? You know, it's like they don't really believe in themselves. They like I said, they let their past failures and stuff like that hold them hostage and keep them from achieving their goals, their dreams. And it's really because this person has a hard time letting go of the past. So they probably definitely have a lot of Scorpio influences in their charts. Could even be like a Scorpio North Node for this person. Okay. I do get like a really moody energy from this person. In like a really deep unhappiness, and you know, them not feeling good about their life or something like that. It's almost like they see the glass as half full, you know, sorry, as half empty. You know, it's like it's hard for this person to see the bright side of life. Pile number 4 is soulmates. You know, they're carrying around a lot of baggage. They're super wounded. I do feel like it's extremely hard to get close to this person. It's extremely hard. You have regrets. So I feel like this person's made some mistakes in their life. But again, you know, they don't see them as mistakes. They see it as like, it's the end of the world. They made a mistake and oh my God. And each mistake they make in their life, they add it up, they add it up, they add it up. And they just never release that shit. Okay. Financially, they may not be in a good place, I'm getting for some of you, okay? Okay. Pile number 4, soulmate. I'm getting this could be someone who lost it all, like their home, like they've lost it all. So right now they could be struggling to pick up the pieces and to make sense of their life. You have not the right time is what they want you to know about this person. We do have Aries at the bottom of the deck as well. Pile number 4 is soulmate. We do have Scorpio. We have Libra, R, G, C, Y. Yeah, this person's like afraid to like really like change their beliefs, change their perception. They're very stubborn. Libra again, JN, Sagittarius. They could have a child. You could have a child. We do have Pisces, KH. Okay, pile number 4. That is what I have for you. That is who is your soulmate. So if you think you know this person, just understand it's not the right time. This person has a lot of baggage that they need to sort out. It feels like their life is kind of a mess. And until they release this and start believing in themselves rather than victimizing themselves, you know, that's, you know, it's going to continue to be stagnant with this particular person. Okay. All right, guys, that is the end of the video. Please like this if you want to see more readings like this. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Talk to you soon.